it's hot, and it's sexy. In reality, no, it wouldn't have been.
Because teeth aren't brushed.
Teeth aren't brushed. No one's flossing. Butts are not. There's no dude wipes. Dude wipes have yet to be invented. Bidets? How about badon't? Literally, we have a Choco Taco situation in the rear of everybody. I don't even know what the right.
It's a hot mess.
It's a hot, sticky, smelly mess.
Welcome back to Fear Juice, where you must ingest the juice to take on the fear.
I think that we can workshop the catchphrase a little bit, and
we're gonna just.
But I actually like that one a lot.
Yeah, I felt very Hitchcocky.
Yeah, Hitchcocky.
Hitchy.
It's when you're cocky about the hitch on your truck.
Yes, that's right.
Real Hitchcocky.
Look at this hitch.
It's one of those little, those hitches that have the 3 balls on them.
There's 2.
No, there's 3-ball hitches out there.
I've never seen the 3.
Real cocky.
Ooh, like I can hold 3 things.
They also hang those fake balls below
That's
them.
what I was thinking of.
Yeah, they hang the fake balls.
Yeah. When I was younger, I had no idea. I was like, what are those cherries? Like, why are they weird?
Well, also you were a huge like Super Mario and like video game person, right? So like you played Pac-Man. You see those cherries.
Super Mario 2, you pick up the cherries.
Big swinging cherries off the back. Some of them have little hairs on them. They're a little hairy like a cherry. That's as the phrase goes. As the phrase goes.
Well, we are continuing our journey through torture devices that I find personally pretty disturbing. I forgot to mention this in the other episode. You can see images of these torture devices on our Instagram.
Oh.
Do we have an Instagram handle yet?
No, we don't.
Well, I will figure that out soon, and then you can see them there.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Yep. Well,
yeah, that sounds good.
I'll do that.
We should get a Twitter.
What's a Twitter?
And we should get a what's that?
TikToker.
We should get a TikToker.
Let's do a TikTok. I don't know. TikTok's pretty harsh out there. People are mean. I watch TikTok just for like fun, and then I look at comments and everyone's like horribly rude.
Man,
for no friggin' reason.
I always thought the internet was a friendly place. Full of fully clothed people and nice jokes.
Yes. No, there's no clothes on some of them.
What? I gotta get on TikTok.
All right, so today we are going to drink our fear juice of what? WB Saffel.
Yeah, I have one job here, and you're taking it from me.
Sorry.
This is WB Saffel, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Now, what's interesting about this little guy is it says distilled and bottled at the American Medicinal Spirits Co. in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. But what y'all don't know, actually it's on video now, this is actually a Wild Turkey product. One of the master distillers at Wild Turkey, I don't know who it was Eddie or before Eddie, they actually have a whole series that are dedicated to master distillers of old. And WB Saffel is one of those tribute bottles.
Oh, I love tributes.
So, Kira, we haven't introduced ourselves yet in this episode.
Oh my gosh, no, we haven't. Hello, everybody. My name is Kira. I am the great Kira the Magician. Beautician. I wish I could do magic.
And I'm her roommate, David.
Exactly. David the Dumb.
And the thing is I'm doing this for free.
All right. Well, David, are you ready to be feared out of your juice?
Yeah. If that's the phrase that pays for today's, then yeah, I'm into it.
We will see. Drink some of your juice and let's be prepared to be in the fear zone. Ooh, that's good. That's like a smoky leather. Oh gosh.
Yeah, WB Saffel doesn't fool around.
It is dusty like a turkey though. I feel that.
I get that little bit of that dusty there, a little bit of that funky.
Mm-hmm. Let it rest in your palate while I tell you about the tongue terror.
Okay, sure.
All right, so stick it on your tongue.
Also a high school nickname from me, but go right ahead. I don't speak French, but I do kiss that way.
Ew, David. All right, so this is tongue terror.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm tearing it off. I'm not like a terrorist, okay? Terror. So this was a tongue torture device, Avi, okay?
Uh-huh.
And it would be stuffed in your mouth, just like stick it right down in your mouth. It's gonna be I don't know, I think it had like a weight on it, and then it gets tightened around your face. This like metal object.
So the metal object goes in your mouth.
So you have a metal like sticky poke in your mouth, okay?
Sure.
And then it also wraps around your head.
Like the aforementioned butt pyramid, but in your mouth.
Yeah, maybe.
But
like
this one has
braces.
a outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Wraps around the outer jaw and clamps into the jaw.
Yeah. Do you remember what head pieces with braces kids look like?
Yeah.
Like that.
I was
This
a
is what
child-
I'm imagining.
I was a child in the 90s.
Yeah.
I was born in the 70s.
Exactly. So it would hold your tongue really firm. So you
Sure.
can't move your tongue. You can't do jack, all right?
So I couldn't French kiss with this on.
Couldn't. You're French kissing the machine, the metal object.
Not my first choice, but also not my last.
Oh, fun for you. So you're like, this hurts. You're trying to pull away, and the person that puts this on you is also pulling away from your face, and it eventually yanks your tongue out. Very slowly.
So hold on.
Not quick.
Let me see if I can't follow this. You have a large metal apparatus around your jaw. In the middle of that metal apparatus, there is a thing that goes into your mouth and presses down on your tongue. Mm-hmm. Are there grippers on it?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I apologize. I think I might not be explaining this correctly.
So I was imagining a popsicle tongue depressor into the mouth and simply pressing down on the tongue gently. And then something that was forcing it to be there so that you would sound silly when you talked.
Maybe when you maybe I don't know what this device is.
Well, it's just, I mean, if it's a tongue depressor that now has fangs on it, then it sounds much, much worse than sort of like I kind of imagined it initially like when kids suck in helium so they can talk weird and everybody giggles.
Yeah.
This is like a little device, a little big for the cause, but and then everybody's like, oh, that's hilarious. Look at that
That's
guy.
stupid.
He's telling jokes.
No, so maybe it's more of a tongue situation. Like grab the tongue.
Like a salad tongue?
Yeah. Maybe it's like that. I should look at the picture.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I'm way underprepared at this
On
moment.
our Instagram that doesn't exist. Let's look at it there.
I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna do it. But anyway, so they pull your tongue out.
Sure.
Okay. You're backing away. They're backing away. They're like, bitch, come here. And they pull your tongue out nice and slowly, as well as any other inside
What?
junk that comes out with your tongue. Like, if you imagine your tongue is connected to so many, like, areas.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, maybe your jaw comes out.
What?
Maybe the
Ugh.
back of your throat comes out. Who knows? It's just gonna freaking bring it all out.
Bring back the anal gravity pyramid. Oh my gosh.
I know, this one's bad.
This one's real bad.
Like, it kind of reminds me of the Hunger Games. You know, those people had their tongues cut out, but they were just cut out.
They're
They
just
weren't
cut out.
pulled
It's so much different. Yeah.
It is different.
This is messed up.
Yes. All right. So that's the tongue terror.
And any idea what kind of atrocities or crimes someone needed to commit to make this happen?
Yes, they stole bread.
Wow.
I know. You can do nothing correct back then.
So WB Saffel,
Is delicious.
on my tongue that's not been pulled out of my face, it has a dusty note, very barrel forward, some light caramel in there. It definitely is Fred, it's only like 107 proof. Yeah. Definitely drinks all of 107, if not a tit higher than that. But I really like that there is this element of a dusty note on there. And for those of you that don't know what dusty note is, so distilleries, quick 60 seconds on this.
Yeah, let's mansplain. Dusty notes, everyone. Go. 4, 5.
It's just a regular splain.
Oh, it's just a regular splain.
This is a regular splain. It's an educational splain. Are you woman-splaining torture devices to the people?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I am.
All right, well, this is a mansplain on Dusty. So nowadays, everything is clean, sanitized. We got rules, whatever that kind of shit is when it comes to distilling. Back in the day, they would have big wooden vats that the mash would ferment in. And then
Oh, it's not copper, huh?
back in the day, no, it'd be wood. So every mash in front of it had a little bit of an effect on a mash after it.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then some of the distilling devices actually wouldn't be fully copper either, or they wouldn't be fully cleaned in between. So you get this little bit of a dusty note, is what we call it, in the industry, because you always have this little bit of bacteria and funk and yeast and whatever else from the previous batches that continues on to the other batches, and it gives it a very unique note. So my roommate Kira and I, we actually had a dusty old Fitz 101 that was at least 20 or 30 years old. And back in the day when sanitation laws are not what they are today. And it just has this really, I don't even know how to describe it.
It looks like a dusty leatherback book.
It is like if an old, dusty, creepy library was somehow delicious and in liquid form. It's like that.
Okay, imagine Ghostbusters going down into the basement where he finds the first ghost of the movie.
Sure.
Just how that smells, and then open your mouth and breathe it in. And that's what I'm tasting.
So Ghostbusters is one of the very first quote-unquote scary movies I'd ever seen. I had not been exposed to anything scary prior to that. My parents took me when I was like 6 or 7 years old. I was born in 78, so somebody can tell me if that's correct or not, my age guess. But I was scared out of my little boy pants during that movie. That big dog running down the hallway. I ended up most of that movie in the theater. My parents rarely took us to the theater, but for some reason they thought, oh, our sweet little Jesus children who have never even imagined anything scary, let's take them to Ghostbusters. I spent most of that movie in my father's lap facing the back of the theater.
You're kidding.
Because I just could not watch. I was so damn scared. Yeah.
Well, it was portrayed as a comedy, right?
It was, but imagine you were born in a bubble. And in that bubble was only worship music and really bad Amy Grant and really, really watered down homemade chili made by the gallon. And then one day, you said, hey, let's go to the movies. Yay! What's it gonna be, Dad? What's it gonna be, Mom? Oh, it's your very first ghost encounter on the big screen.
Yeah, no, that movie could be real scary, especially with the gatekeeper.
If you're at that age and have nothing for context in front of it. Like, no scary movies in the house, was never allowed to watch anything even mildly PG-13y on TV, and then tossed into that. Jokes above my head. It was very scary. It was a traumatic experience that I have since done a lot of sex therapy to get past.
You were a giant pussy. All right.
Yes, that's true. I still am. Willfully so.
Willfully. That's why we have fear juice. You have to drink this in order to get through anything.
We now have an origin story.
Exactly.
Here in the second episode ever, there's now an origin story for fear juice.
Yay for us.
Yeah.
We did it.
And just 2 to 3 years later, you were born.
I think so.
So they ripped out all of the mouth. Got it. Let's move on.
All of the tongues are
I'm
ripped
ready.
out. And the mouth and the meat. All right. The next one I have to share with you is called the spider. Now, this one was only for women. All right. No men allowed.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds a little sexist.
So
Let us have some of that spider.
it's ridiculous. So the spider, whatever they call it, a spider, it would be heated up. So it's almost like if you could imagine a clamp. All right, see my hands? I know nobody can hear my hands, but my hands look like the jaws of life, up and down. Like, what are the plants that eat flies?
The Venus flytraps.
Yes, that's what my hands are doing right now. This is called the spider. So it's heated up. It's iron. It's steel. It's whatever the fuck they have, right?
Sure.
They put it in fire and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so hot. And they shove it, clamp it on a lady's boob,
Oh.
right down there. And then they pull it away really quickly,
What?
taking away as much of the boobs
Why?
and breast tissues and all of the
Save the
stuff.
tatas. Why?
So this was actually for women who, what was it, adultery? Who performed adultery? Is it performed adultery or were accused of adultery?
Well,
or
it depends
did adultery?
on if they were really good at it. If they were good at adultery, they was performed adultery.
but then
If
if
they
you-
just kind of like mailed in the sex or sort of like, were really lazy, they were just caught in it.
They were just caught. They're like, well, I had to because
but
this
if-
is the time.
But if she really was a wild one in the bed, then they performed.
They,
That was the delineation they made back in the day between performed and caught. So anyway, they ripping off ladies' titties.
yes, that's not even fair because all the men are going around with their bike all over town, and ladies, what? They're like, I can have a little fun.
The men are bikers?
Yeah.
Lance Armstrong in it?
Yeah, they're Lance Armstrong in it, peeing all over the place, put their territory all over.
I just don't understand. If you find this adulterous woman with a decent enough set of knockers, I don't know, maybe just take her shirt off, take some pictures of it, save it for later. Maybe not rip those titties off.
I don't know if they got no picture takers.
Oh,
They got no picture takers.
This could be before pictures.
Could be. And also, it could also just be for like a mad man who's like, I'm mad at you because my toast was burnt. Boobs come off. And then like all that stuff. You know. You know.
There's
So
a lot of things about the female anatomy I love. Boobs are near the top. No matter how angry I am, just keep the boobs.
Well, men back then were kind of dicks.
Sounds like they were very anti-boob.
They were anti-everything.
No
back then.
wonder the boob job has only come into popularity in the last 50 or 60 years.
Mm-hmm. And for sure, okay, so imagine there's no baths, no toilets. They're sweaty. There's no air conditioning. Like, they're just a gross bunch.
Oh, we're getting into that now. We're getting into... So, a constant topic for my roommate and I is this. When you watch an old-timey show, a show that's depicting something from prior to the 1900s, which there are 1,000 movies and 1,000 shows that do that.
I would say like 1920s because I feel like they didn't take showers. And they were like
Sure,
scared.
fair
They're
enough.
like, no, I'm not going to waste the water.
Sometime prior to the 1900s, or if you're Kira, sometime prior to the 1920s. Good distinction to make, Kira. Very meaningful
I'm trying.
in the last several thousand years of humanity. That when they depict these old shows and people are having sex and it's hot and it's sexy and whatever else. In reality, no, it wouldn't have been
Because teeth aren't brushed.
Teeth aren't brushed. No one's flossing. Everyone has halitosis, like my mother. I don't think my mother has halitosis. I'm not sure where that came from. Butts are not... There's no dude wipes. Dude wipes have yet to be invented. Bidets? How about badon't? They're not around.
I don't even think there was toilet paper back then, babe.
Literally, we have a Choco Taco situation in the rear of everybody. No, there is no Vagisil. There is no penis cleaning.
Why did you say that?
Every day. So there is nothing to make everything smell good, look good, and get it ready. It's I don't even know
It's a hot mess.
It's a hot, sticky, smelly mess. So not that people shouldn't have done it. Go ahead. Nothing else to do, right? You don't have your Super Nintendos yet, your Game Boys, nothing like that, your Power Gloves. But at the same time, when you watch an old-timey show and they show it to be passionate and clean and everybody's licking everybody everywhere, probably wasn't like that because nobody had the right things to make that clean and wonderful.
Just imagine how salty and like
salty
sandy.
is the least worrisome flavor that you're going to get on somebody. Salty is
Maybe
like,
that's where they get their protein.
Oh, good, I found a salty patch. Because the rest of it is got a lot of other flavors that you're not going to want.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Well,
that's how the roommates do it.
Fear juice.
Fear juice.
All right,
Okay.
so spiders, we're ripping off titties. What's next?
I'm going to talk about my most favorite one.
Sure, I'm ready.
All right, this is going to end our
two-part series.
two-part series.
Okay.
This one drives me absolutely crazy. It is so scary to me. It is called rat torture, and we've seen it in a couple of movies.
Sure.
So
Ratatouille.
So a person would be, bound somewhere, right? Maybe on the ground, maybe standing. Who freaking knows?
Maybe in one of those tubs from the last episode. Yeah.
But they have like this metal, almost like, I want to say a metal bucket, kind of like attached to them with a rat inside the bucket. Okay, so they're laying down. They have the rat on them, and then somebody out, whoever's torturing them, puts heat on one side of the bucket. The rat flips out, right? Doesn't want to be in this hot ass bucket. Can't get out on the sides of the bucket. So they burrow themselves. They eat themselves into a person's intestines or something, wherever the fuck that bucket is. And they get out. That to me is the worst because you're alive and you are feeling all of these little bites. Already, I don't like to walk in grass.
Sure.
Because grass it tickles my ankles. That's gross.
Yeah, your life is rough.
Yeah, just imagine rats biting my skin off.
It's
Gross.
not even a large leap to go from I don't like walking in grass to there's a rat gnawing through my stomach.
Yeah, that is the worst, the absolute worst. And I can't even describe any more of it because when I think about it, I'm just like, who? And first of all, the bucket probably itself is burning a cylinder, tattoo on your skin.
Which could be kind of cool.
Could be cool, except you're also having a gross rat from, like, what's the rat from All Dogs Go to Heaven? Is that the movie where the rats, like, kill everybody?
Rizzo from the Muppets.
Rizzo from... Oh, he would never do that to me, but maybe he would. Who knows? He's got to get out of there. That's disgusting, and that hurts, and their teeth are gross looking, okay?
That's the worst part, is the way those teeth look. You don't have to
They're
see
so
them,
gross.
but in your mind,
Yeah,
those teeth are gross looking.
Oh, they're biting me.
They haven't
gross.
brushed their teeth in forever. It's just like sex prior to the 1900s.
Exactly.
Man, that's tough.
It all comes around full circle.
Super duper gross. Very, very uncomfortable with this thought.
Yeah.
I still wonder, what did you have to do to get that kind of torture?
You could do honestly anything. You have, like, the people who were in charge back then just get mad at anything at all. So, like, you look at them strange. Maybe you didn't move out of their way fast enough when they're coming down the street, or they bought a loaf of bread from you and the bread, like, sucked or something. It could be anything that just pisses them off because they had nothing to do.
But hold on. Then. I don't think that that's the case. I don't think that someone looks at me weird. I mean, who am I to then have the power to have men go grab this dude and put a bucket on him? And that, not only that, but men fast enough to catch a rat. But
True.
But who am I to have this power? I feel like there has to be some sort of actual law broken, or someone's been smited, smoted.
Okay, what's the worst thing? So let's imagine killing somebody, right?
I mean, it depends on the person, but yeah.
Yeah, it depends on what happens.
Sometimes back in the day, you're doing the society a favor, so it depends.
It's a Robin Hood deal. So I believe murder is probably one. I think just being like, bitch, they'll just, like, kill you. I do.
We might have to fact check that one a little bit.
We'll fact check it.
We'll fact check it on Facebook.
I won't
Facebook's
ever fact check it.
Facebook's the best place to fact check anything. We'll fact check it there.
There's no facts checks ever in this area of the pods. Okay?
Oh, so we're one of those kind of podcasts.
We're one of those podcasts where we don't fact check it. We just say what we think.
So for all you viewers that are out there, all 4 of you, don't bring your facts to our truth. This is our truth. Mm-hmm. Don't bring your facts and mess up our truth.
Yeah.
That's not how this works.
Don't tell us the exact.
We have our history, our herstory.
Our history.
This is our truth.
Mm-hmm. This is meant to be fun, not to be educational. Duh.
This is meant to be fun, not historic or real.
Well, yeah. I hope you never get tortured, so don't ever look at somebody the wrong way. Ever.
That's not still a thing that happens.
Well, because we have lawyers now.
Yeah.
We have rights as a human.
I mean, it really makes a lot of our modern day torture seem kind of easy.
Like waterboarding?
I wasn't going to say it, but you're a New Mexican. You can say it. So, yeah, but like waterboarding, yeah, you're drowning, but you don't really drown.
Or like the fingernails, like they tear your fingernail off.
But even those things in comparison to these things we've talked about, we've gotten tame. We've lost our edge as a society.
Well, because you got to be kind of nice. Come on. This is just crazy. Well, how was your WB Saffel?
It was good.
It was delicious.
Yeah, I think it was really good. I mean, I think they only come in 375s, so this little guy, but I did not know it until we went to a portion of Wild Turkey. This is actually a turkey product, which changes my opinion in a very positive way of WB Saffel.
All right, everybody. Well, wonderful torturing times.
Yeah, it was great.
I loved being tortured with my fear juice. And then I believe the next time we are going to get on, we're going to talk about the end of times. Next time on the fear juice.